So it's been about 2 weeks since Andrew and Tristan Tate were released from jail and put on house arrest, but Andrew's already facing another lawsuit. Just in case you don't know by now, Andrew and Tristan Tate were put on house arrest after being locked up for 3 months. The judge ruled in favor of the Tate brothers, so the prosecutors cannot appeal or challenge the court's decision. Also, the Tate brothers are set to be released by the end of April, unless the prosecutors ask for an extension, which they probably are. Let's be real, they've done it every other month, so they're gonna do it again. But the prosecutors are running out of time. If the prosecutors don't charge Andrew or Tristan Tate with anything within the next couple of months, they can walk. Now, ever since the Tate brothers have been out, they did an interview, they released some tweets, and they've also released some videos. There's not really a whole lot you can do on house arrest. Now, Andrew Tate's only been out for 2 weeks, but he's already being sued by 3 other women.
With all these chicks just stuck in their house, sitting there, bored, completely in love with me. And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out.
Social media star Andrew Tate is already under investigation for sex crimes in Romania. Now he's facing legal action in the UK. 3 women are planning to sue him for damages, for personal injury and psychiatric harm. One said, to have seen Andrew Tate's rise in...
Of course they don't show who the women are. For me, if a woman is accusing a man of a sex crime and doesn't show her face, I'm more inclined to not believe her. It's just, why are you hiding? They have the general public on their side, and if they have a shred of evidence, it's usually an open and shut case. Typically, from what I've noticed, if the woman's anonymous, there is next to no proof. So if the court rules in the man's favor, the girl is faceless and nobody really knows who she is. And the worst part about it, she faces no consequences. None.
Popularity and influence, while knowing who he is and what he has done, has been extremely difficult for those of us who were sexually and physically abused by him. We intend to prove in court that Andrew is abusive, coercive and controlling. Their lawyer listed the women's allegations.
Rape, sexual and physical assaults, including holding guns to women's heads, strangulations, beatings with belts, awful allegations of the most awful behaviour towards women.
The women's allegations were reported to police 8 years ago. Tate was arrested on suspicion of rape, but never charged.
Hertfordshire police investigated what they described as a complex and challenging case. After discussions with the Crown Prosecution Service, they closed it 4 years later and apologised for delays.
In a statement, the CPS said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. Hertfordshire Police said officers from the team who dealt with this case are available to meet with the women involved to speak to them about their concerns and the investigation.
Oh, well, would you look at that? No substantial evidence. This happened 8 years ago and it took them 4 years to close this case? They obviously were trying to charge him with something. They just couldn't find anything.
We're aware of the evidence that was provided and produced. It should have been sufficient to warrant a proper criminal investigation and, in our opinion, for charges to have been brought. And if those charges had been brought and he'd been arrested here in England, then perhaps he wouldn't have fled to Romania, where he is reported to have committed further terrible crimes against women.
This lawyer is great at framing. He's making it sound like Andrew Tate so very clearly got away with a crime and he ran to Romania after the case was closed. That didn't happen. He was accused of doing a crime and went under investigation for 4 years where they found nothing. And after being under investigation for 4 years when he didn't do anything, he decided to go to Romania where the laws are a lot more strict about these things. So saying that he fled instead of saying that he moved is dishonest at best. When you flee a country, you're under investigation. You're running from the law. He wasn't doing that. And as far as the lawyer pointing out, if we would have gotten him here, then he wouldn't have done it in Romania. Yeah, that is assuming that he's guilty. I honestly don't know what they're going to charge the Tate brothers with. I've read SA, rape, human trafficking, freaking money laundering. I don't know what they could get charged with. There are too many things getting thrown out there. So if there was no substantial evidence the first time, and if he gets proven to be innocent in Romania, I don't see this lawyer having a case. It's clear, at least to me, this is a cash grab. This lawyer is strictly relying on emotions to win this lawsuit. If the lawyer can frame Andrew as a woman abuser, he can definitely win the case a lot easier. But what do you guys think? Do you think these girls are actually seeking justice, or is it a cash grab? Be sure to let me know in that comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and everybody, just remember, I am a nobody from nowhere, so really, what do I know? Peace.
Yeah.